folks, JD here, and today we've been sent this. This is the FQ777 FQ31, and this has been sent to us by the guys at FQ777. Thank you very much for doing that, folks. I really appreciate that. Okay, so we get two packages with this. We'll come back to this little accessory box in a little while. For now, let's just concentrate on what's in here. So, box opens up. Oh, nice little thank you note on the top. Then we've got the quadcopter and micro USB cable for charging. Oh no, actually we've got a little accessory bag. Okay, fine. There's the quadcopter. There's a second battery. Yeah, that's a second battery. Fantastic. Then we have a box underneath. Inside this box we have the transmitter as well as FPV boom. Fine, we'll come back to looking at that. Then we've also got, in the bottom, we've got a little manual. Takes you through exactly what you need to know about the quadcopter. And then we have the obligatory QR codes on how to get the application in order for your FPV uplink. Right, so let's put the box and everything to one side and let's concentrate on this little baby. Right, well, small, nano, foldable drone. Very small. Let's fold these out and let's see exactly how they look. So when they fold out, there's no clip to unlock and there's no clip to lock. All you've got is quite literally, as you push it, it just slots into place. Like that. And it's not extremely tight. There are little screws underneath here. I am going to be screwing these up before I take this out. I would recommend you do the same, because they do feel it as if they aren't clicking in very well. I'm sure it'll be fine when you fly, but as you can see, there's a little bit of wiggle room there, and I don't like that when it comes to folding quads, so I'm gonna do those up before I fly. So if we look at the front of the quadcopter, we have a little 720p camera right at the front here. Fixed angle, unfortunately you can't move it, but that is pointing down slightly, so you should be able to get a view of where it is you're flying over. Then we have this rather nice styled sort of arched back going over with the FQ777 logo. Then we've got the on and off button towards the back. Then working our way further towards the back, we have the battery. Now this battery does pull out. Oh, it's a little bit fiddly because the label wasn't stuck down. Okay, so that would have made it a little bit difficult to get it out. So this battery is a 3.7 volt, 350 milliamp hour battery. Now the surprising thing about this little guy is apparently it takes 60 minutes to charge. Okay, that's fine, but you get 10 to 13 minutes of life out of it with a little quadcopter with a camera and altitude hold. I'd be very impressed to see exactly what this does give us, because if it does give us the 10 minutes, then this is really going to be a great flight. Okay, so then we've got the one battery. We'll leave that out for the second because I've got to charge that. And then if we work our way towards the back, as you can see, that's the connector where the battery fits. Then we have just some styling at the bottom. Now these holes don't go all the way through. They look as if, oh no, they do go all the way through, apologies. I don't know if you can see through here, but they do go all the way through to the underside. That's just for aeration, just to ensure the electronics and the battery can breathe so that they don't sweat. Very important. And then likewise we're back to the camera on the front here. So we have these four propeller arms, two on the front, two on the back, and we have four little brushed motors that just sit inside here. There's a little grooves out of the plastic as we see normally. This just helps airflow and ensures that the motors, when they're spinning, don't get too hot and that they can cool down as the quadcopter is gliding through the air. On the underside to these we have four rubber bungs, little landing sprigs. They feel as if they're in there quite good. You can't pick them out easily. That one is coming out, but they seem to be attached to the plastic and not just stuck on with adhesive, so I don't mind that at all, because when it comes down, what you find is if they are stuck on, as the quadcopter comes in and starts to glide, they just start to peel off. But even with movements like that, they're not coming off at all. They are all securely stuck on there. So that looks really quite sweet. So some of the features of this are 360 flips in 4 directions. You have return to home, obviously that's non-GPS. You also have obviously 720p camera, Wi-Fi uplink, headless mode, emergency stop, 3 speed modes, so 30, 60 and 100%. Control distance is 100 meters, and hopefully that battery is going to last 10 to 13 minutes. That's going to blow my mind. And because we've got 2 batteries, then that should enable us to have almost 20 minutes of flight if we're looking at the minimum 10 minutes each. Right, that's great. As I would say, for the second, just do up these screws and you should be okay. I'm sure you'll be fine anyway, but still there's a little bit of movement there that I don't quite like. From a design aspect, it is quite plasticky. It is very, very light. So with the battery in, what is our flying weight? I'm going to have to take that little label off, I think. So flying weight is 40 grams. Right, so first thing, this will be great for indoors, it'll be good for outdoors as long as you do not have a breeze. At 40 grams, this thing is going to get taken away, so you have to ensure that there's not a lot of wind when you're going out to fly this thing. And I've got to sort out that label. But all in all, I think it feels quite nice. It is plasticky, but still, we've seen a lot of plasticky drones in the past which have flown fantastic, so I'm not going to hold that against this at this particular moment. Everything seems to be okay. All the little lines match up. There doesn't seem to be any sort of issues when it came down to the manufacturing process. All that looks to be quite good. The design looks to be quite nice as well, and all in all, it looks to be like quite a nice little copter on face value. Obviously, we'll see what it's like when we fly it. Right, so let's put that to one side. Now we've got a little transmitter. Look at this little thing, and it is quite literally a little transmitter. But it is a shrunk down version of a much larger SEMA transmitter, it looks like. So it's very, very nice to have labels on transmitters. I do like that, and have nice button location, and I think this does have nice button location. Because as you're holding your hand, you can hit the 2 shoulder buttons here. So you've got on the left, you've got your speed, and on the right, you've got your 3D flip. Then at the bottom here, you've got headless and 1 key return. And then over the other side, you've got 1 key landing, 1 key takeoff, and emergency stop, as well as your on and off button in the middle. And you've got your analog sticks either side. No buttons in the middle at all. So as for trim, I'm not sure how that happens. I would hopefully imagine that the trim would be automatic and that it would auto-stabilize in air, but we'll have to see when we take her out for flight. But that feels quite nice. Again, quite plasticky, but I'm not going to hold it against it. Because of its size, it actually feels quite strong, and that in itself is quite good. Now, the antennas at the top, 2 little antennas, quite sweet. There's nothing that protrudes from there. Again, easy to carry. A nice little thing to have in your bag by the look of it. And it feels nice, it feels good. The buttons do click as well. But all in all, I think that's quite sweet. Towards the back we have the FPV boom, so that's where the FPV boom sits. Quite simply, he says, come on. Ooh, wow, that takes a little bit of pushing in, didn't expect that. So that is what the fully assembled transmitter looks like. So you have your FPV boom at the top here, and then to get it out you just push the button at the bottom quite hard. Oh, wow. Oof, and then really wrench that up to get it out. So when that's in there, that's staying in there. Likewise, you need 3 AAA batteries to power this transmitter. This transmitter does not allow USB charging of any sort, so you have got to ensure that the batteries inside here are fully charged or shop bought before you take this guy out. So all in all, looks quite nice. Quite a nice little package. Look at that. So you've got a nice little folding quad, you've got your nice little transmitter. That's nice. It's nice to have a nano quad with a nice little transmitter. Yeah, there we are, going back to these arms. As I just put it down, then the arm clicked out. So you are going to have to do these up. Right, so that's the transmitter. That's quite sweet. Now, what about these accessory bags? So let's open up the box first. And in the box, what do we get? We get another battery. And another thank you card. So I think we've got 2 double ups of accessory bags here. So we've got 1 accessory bag, which has a micro USB cable for charging the battery. There we are, and I like that because it's a nice little size, don't need anything longer than that. You've got 4 propellers as spares. You've also got yourself a little screwdriver. Now in the other bag, we have, wow, we have another battery, so that's 3 batteries. So that's 30 minutes of flight time, looking at the 10 minutes. Then we have another 2 sets of propellers. So we've got 1, 2, and all these here. So you've got 3 sets of propellers with it. Wow, they really want you to have a good bit of fun with this, and they want you to use this over and over and over again. I've never seen a quadcopter with so many accessories. So many propellers. Look at all these propellers. Incredible. Okay, so now we've got another app to install. This app is called FPV. We've used this before for a couple of other quadcopters. It is quite popular. So with this, folks, let's break from this table and have a little look at that little app. Okay, folks, so here it is, the FPV application. So to begin with, once you've set up your quadcopter, attached it to the Wi-Fi, attached your phone to the Wi-Fi rather, this is what you're going to get. A really basic overview of exactly what we need here. We have a back button. Again, click connect, take you back in. Take photo, take video, see your photos and videos. This is your speed mode, 30, 60 and 100% for speed mode 1, 2 and 3. Altitude hold on, that only comes on when you click the off button to turn on your virtual analog sticks. When that is on then you can click that. That'll then, the little yellow button at the top here, as I say, is for altitude hold. Once you click that, then you automatically get your auto takeoff, your stop and your auto landing buttons, as well as your flight plan and your 360 flip button. You've got your standard yaw, pitch and roll trims are on the outside there as well. You've got gyro control, so by clicking that you can control the plane, the quadcopter back and forth just by moving your phone. And then you have settings. Now you can put this into a VR application, into a VR headset. Looks like you will. The option is there, but the option is not working. Reverse. You've got gyro. Oh, you've got gyro calibration, as well as you've got headless mode as well. So that is just a brief look at the FPV application. So what is it we get in the package? Well, we get the quadcopter, we get the transmitter, we get 3 batteries. At its very least is going to give us 20 minutes of flight time. We get 3 sets of spare propellers. We get a USB charging cable as well as a little screwdriver. You get the FPV boom for your transmitter as well as you get your manual and you get your other bit of paperwork in order for you to get your FPV application. This is everything that you get. I find that quite staggering. I've never seen a Nano quadcopter with this many accessories. All I hope is that it flies well and gives us a good flight in the next couple of days. So please join me then, folks, when we're going to be taking this guy out and putting him through his paces. Thank you ever so much for watching and listening. I've been JD, you've been fantastic as always. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the channel. So until next time, my friends, happy flying.